body. You wanna ball explicit, I swear you're good.
Good evening, everybody. Oh my gosh, myself and Tracy Cropper, my name is Danny Wells, are so excited to be your hosts for our monthly awards celebration for September 2025. And we have got an amazing lineup of speakers tonight. So before we begin, we just want to introduce you all to our leadership team. So your area manager should be on the screen right now. Pop it in the chat who your area manager is, and that might be an RVP, might be an MVP, but they're your upline area. Let us know who it is, and we're all just so happy that you're here and you're part of our team, and we love being part of the leadership team and having calls. We have calls every Monday to get together and bounce ideas about and see what we can do to make your life easier and for you to have more fun with your Arbonne business. So tonight, we've got something great in store for tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, so we've got so good evening, everyone. For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure you all do, my name's Tracy Cropper, area manager. This is my first time hosting. I'm quite relieved I'm managing to come round to Danny's and host in our house with her. And I've just realised I'm probably not going to be able to read the screen. So I was just trying to find them on my phone so I can read it on my phone. But yeah, so tonight we've got some amazing trainers. So we're doing something a little bit different from what we've probably done before. So these are our trainers on the screen that you're going to be listening to tonight and hearing from. And hopefully they're going to give us some amazing tips on how to come into September.
Yeah.
I'm like, are we in September?
Yeah.
Come into September and really make this month and the rest of the year that we've got ahead of us, the rest of the 3 months, make a difference for all of us and our businesses.
Yeah. Okay, so before we kick off, we want to recognise our new consultant. So please give a massive welcome to the team in the chat to Camila Mistry, sponsored by Jade Brimfield, Laura Williams, sponsored by Danny Wells, Nicola Cazal, sponsored by Danny Wells, Rebecca Tonner, sponsored by Lisa Woodcock, Corinne Price, sponsored by Lisa Woodcock, and Chloe Neoclear, sponsored by Stephanie Warner. A huge welcome to the team, guys.
Hairdos and nails, that Louis Chanel all up in the party. Presidents in my wallet. No rules.
So let's start with the business side of things first. So what is happening this month from Arbonne HQ? So the most exciting thing that's probably happening this month, other than obviously our conference at the weekend, is Fizz-Sticks. So Fizz-Sticks are on a 20% off promotion until the 15th. So get this out to all of your clients. I've personally been dropping Fizz-Stick samples off today. So clients that I know love fizz, is there any other flavours you want to taste, try that I've got that I can drop off? So I've been dropping a few of those off around town today for my clients so they can get their orders placed. So it's a great way to kickstart your month. We love month-end madness, but it's also really nice when you have a nice start to the month as well. So that's the first thing we've got going on. The second thing we've got going on is if you sponsor a new IC, so it's reduced sign-up fee. So instead of being £70, it's £50, as it has been for a few months now. They obviously, on top of only paying £50, they get a free product with that. But then they're also, on top of that, getting a free biotic stick.
What one or
no,
pack of 30?
Pack of 30, I thought sticks. So they're being able to, they can get skincare and they can get gut health.
Yeah.
All for £50. Now you can't, those two products on their own cost more than that. So anyone that's thinking of joining this month, absolutely, there's absolutely no reason for them not to. Do want to remind everyone as well, we've got an amazing DA with our one and only leader being present, Miss Fiona Forrestal, on the 12th. So if you've got people that are thinking of the business, not only have they got this amazing package, they've also got the opportunity to get in front of and be around some of the amazing leaders as they explain the business to them. So it's a great opportunity.
Okay, so we've also got in September a reduction on volume needed to promote to district manager. So let us know in the chat if you're already a district manager or above, if you've already promoted to district at some point, and let us know if you're not a district, but you're going to use this in September, where it's nearly half the volume needed to promote to district manager. I just think that is absolutely fantastic. We've also got reduced qualifications for all promotion levels, district, area, region, and nation.
And then we've still got the Strong Start programme as well. So this is where, as a new consultant, in your first 3 months, if you achieve 5,000 QV accumulatively over those months, but every month has to be at least 250. So say your first month you did 250, then you'd need to make your 5,000 out of your next 2 months. Then you get you also have to have 2 ICs join as well with a 150 qualification. You get a £225 bonus on top of what you're going to be earning, because you're probably going to be district by then as well, especially if we've got one of the 3,500 months going on. So you're going to be a district, so you're going to have your commissions have gone up anyway, and then you're going to get that amazing bonus on top. So Arbonne basically are just laying it all out there for you to go get. Money is on the table. So as a new consultant, if you join now, you are literally getting it handed to you. And it's the free enrollment rebate as well. So we have actually had someone this month, which you'll see later, that has done this. So if in your first month you do 1,000 QV, the following month you get your £50 back. So you get your £50 that you paid for your business, and you got your 2 free products. You also can get that back as well. So yeah, it is absolutely insane.
Okay, so we've got lots of events going on. So just a little reminder, because I know you guys probably know this all already. Every Monday night we do team training. So at 8 p.m. UK time, your area manager or your VP will do a team Zoom, a team huddle. And then at 8:30, we have team training, which is usually skill set training. And I must say the training last night, if you've not already watched it, that Sarah Isbister did, absolutely phenomenal. We also have on alternate Wednesday. So every other Wednesday, every fortnight, on a Wednesday night, UK time at 8 o'clock, we have a DA online. And we also have the book club on a Thursday, which is at 6 p.m. UK time. And we're currently on the book The Source, and we're really, really reading and digesting it. So if you're not currently a member of the book club and you want to be, you're not too late to get the book The Source and be able to join. Just speak to Fiona about joining and the information for that. AAC.
So we've got the next slide. We've got the best event in the UK happening this weekend. So what have we got? 3 sleeps?
Yeah, let us know if you are coming.
Yeah. If you come in, it's your first time, you are not going to regret being at this event. Any in-person event, especially when it's laid on by head office, is just phenomenal. I will never, it would have to be something pretty serious happening in my life for me to miss one of these events. That's obviously in the UK, you've got AAC, and for me as well, Vegas is a part of that deal. But I do understand Vegas is probably a bit more difficult for everyone to get to. So you can't get tickets for this now, but I think, well, there's
some floating around where people have had exceptional circumstances mean that they're not able to go. So if you don't have a ticket and you're like, I could actually make this work on Saturday, speak to your team leader and tell them, look, I might not be able to do the whole thing. I might be able to just part of it. Speak to them and they'll see if they can get you a ticket or not. I can't guarantee it, but you might as well ask, because honestly, it is going to be unbelievable. If anyone that's been to this conference that the UK do every year, let us know in the chat what you think about this conference, what it's done for you, what it's done for your business, the tsunami effect it has. It's just unbelievable. And we do really want to recognise everybody that's already bought a ticket. We're not going to read out all the names because we've got 80 people from our team going, but we're just going to pop a little bit of music on for a second and recognise all of these people here. Well done, everybody. Sorry.
Bring your body and let me switch up your atmosphere. Take you out of the club and up in my new lid. Fly you around the world. Shoot on, baby girl. Are you ready?
So yeah, if you're on that list, give yourself a pat on the back, because you're making sure you're in the best place for your business this weekend. And we're going to move on now to our monthly training. So we've got top tips. We've got 3 amazing leaders here talking to you about some of the top books. So we're starting with Emma.
Yeah.
Emma's going to talk about a book. She's probably going to explain this, so I don't want to say too much, but if you're quite new to the business, what is a really good book for you to read?
The only thing we know how to do. Said it's the only thing we know how to do.
Danny, I think I was doing the book for if you're new to the business, or is Emma doing the same?
I was going to say the same. I thought you were doing that, Gabby, and I was going after you.
Sorry, that's just
Okay.
me confused because I'm
good to go.
I'm looking at how the pictures look, so I apologise.
Yeah.
Like I say, new to all this. Gabby's going to start with the book for the newbies.
Okay. Hi everybody, and first off, I just want to say thanks to Danny and Tracy for asking me to speak. It's always a huge honour, even though it's really, really scary. But it's good to do. It's good to feel the fear and do it anyway. So for those that don't know me, I'm Gabby Young. I am a proud independent consultant and area manager with this fabulous company. And today I want to share one of the books that really helped me when I got started. So I've been in the business now for 6 years. So I listened to this book over and over and over for the first year, I would say, and I still dip into it every now and again. And the book that I'm going to show you is this one. It's called Get Over Yourself or Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy Neustadt, and I'll put it in the chat later. So this one, for me, it worked really well because it's no nonsense, it's straight talking. It cut through all the fluff, all the bullshit, basically. It's packed with the basics. And for me, if anybody listened to the training last night, I think it was Lucy Bardrick was talking about, you've got certain kind of people that are your people that when they talk to you, you really hear them. So for instance, Debbie Neal is the kind of person, because she kicks your butt. So that's the kind of person that when she talks to me, I know I'm going to listen. Obviously, we've got our very own Fiona Forestell for that as well. And every now and again, we have the CASA comes out to tell us how it is and tell us what we should be doing. And this lady, Romy, fits into that bracket. So she is former corporate chick. She traded in her job to become a network marketing professional, and she built a 7-figure business. So she knows what she's talking about. And the tough love for me really resonated because it made me realize if I want to make this business work, I've got to take myself seriously and I've got to take action. So it's full of practical tips. But one of the main things with this book is it's not just practical tips, it's also about mindset. It's also about getting over your damn self and stop listening to what's in your head telling you why you can't do things. So the first thing that it's making your list, which we all do, we all know that we need to do. She also talks about fortunes in the follow-up, but she talks about different types of follow-up. So you might just have, you've spoken to somebody about the business, then you're going to follow up about the business. You might have spoken to somebody about a product, and that's your product follow-up. But it talks about how to follow it without being salesy, and just show that it's actually you're just showing people that you want to help them. So it makes you feel better about it. If you're the kind of person that thinks, I feel a bit weird about sales, that kind of thing, then this is really, really helpful for that. Then it talks about other types of follow-up. So if you've had somebody with an objection, and she reframes objections, she's got a whole chapter about that, which is really, really interesting. She reframes them. She talks about an objection not being somebody that's not interested. In fact, it's somebody that is interested, but they're just a little bit fearful. So they might say, I don't have time, or it's too expensive. So it's kind of, it reframes it in your mind. So again, another mindset shift with regards to objections. And then there's the not for now, that it's not for me right now kind of follow-up, and she talks about that as well. Her core follow-up rules are always set the next step before you end the conversation. So don't end a conversation and then not have a way to talk to that person again. Don't take it personally if they don't reply. People are always really, really busy. Be consistent and professional. So, professionals will follow up with you. So don't feel like you're being, what's the word? Can't think of the word. Don't feel like you're pestering somebody. Treat it like a business. And then what else did she say? I've made a few notes. I'm just trying to look. Yeah. So the main thing for me, she says, fear is a liar. Do it scared anyway. So it's a bit like today. I didn't want to do this. I hate coming on and talking, but actually, it's good for me because it's made me go and look at this book again. It's made me actually delve into the chapters that really used to help me. And I'm actually going to reread it now because I haven't read it for ages. There's so many kind of key points in here that I really, really, really would recommend that you go out and get it and read it. So yeah, that's it basically.
Play hard, we work hard, play hard, keep partying like it's your job. Work hard, play hard.
thank you, Gabby. That was absolutely amazing. I've read this book as well, and I know Danny has because I borrowed Danny's. And it is an absolutely amazing book to get yourself started. And like you say, I think we all need to get over our damn self a bit. So the title is so true to what it is. And you did an amazing job there, Gabby. You know, as most of us know on this call, when you're asked to do something by your upline or by a sideline in Arbonne, there is only one answer, and it is feel the fear and do it anyway. So that's amazing. We're now
I
going
know, and I'm in the hottest office with a jumper on, so I'm absolutely sweltering.
It's a good job you're not perimenopausal, eh, Gabby?
Oh yeah, and that.
But yeah, so now we're going to go over, I'm going to get it right this time. I'm going to go over to Emma. Now, Emma's going to share a book with you. So if you've been in the business a while, or your business is just feeling like it's a bit stagnant and you just want to start getting yourself back out there and start growing again, she's going to share what her recommendation is for that. So over to you, Emma.
What he's looking for, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire.
Thank you so much for inviting me on as well. And Gabby, that was amazing. And that book is absolutely incredible. I recommend that book to all of my new consultants because I think it's just such a good one to read and to listen to as well. So my book that I want to share with you. So this, I was asked to share a book for if you've been in the business for a while, and as Tracy said, you know, you might be feeling a bit stuck, a bit stagnant. You know the basics, you know what you need to do with the business. And I thought, oh my goodness, yes, of course I'll do it. But then I thought, crikey, there's so many incredible books out there. What on earth do I choose? What do I go for? And one book instantly shot into my mind. And then I started thinking of all the others. And of course, you always come back to the first one that you think of. And if you know me, you can probably guess the book that I'm going to share with you, because it is one of my absolute favourites, and it is the perfect book for this kind of scenario. No, not The Secret Den, although I do love that as well. It's the perfect book for when you have been in the business for a while, and it is this one. So let me know in the comments if you have read this, because I have probably shared it. I've screamed this from the rooftops for years. Now, the reason I love this book so much, The Bug in Our Brain by Robert Christensen, is because it is all about self-worth. Now, I've been in the business for 10 years now, and yes, mine's signed as well, which is very exciting. If you know, we were in Vegas and we met him, and he was amazing, and he signed all of our books for us as well, which is very, very cool. But when you've been doing personal development, you know what you need to do to run your business. But self-worth underpins absolutely everything. And if you're not working on your self-worth, nothing will move forward. You can read every personal development book there is. You can read every business book there is. But if you don't feel that you are truly worthy of creating the business that you want, the life that you want, it's just not going to happen for you. And I go back to this again and again and again. And for my own personal journey, for my own journey in personal development, for what I've seen in the business with other people as well. I've read this book now probably 4 or 5 times. It's absolutely full of notes and scoring and everything, because you have to get that self-worth right. Now, one of the things that always sticks in my mind, it's a really easy book to read as well. One of the things that really sticks in my mind is our self-worth zone. So we've probably all heard about our comfort zone. It's very easy in the comfort zone, isn't it? And we're always working to push ourselves out of our comfort zone so that we can get into the growth zone. We've probably heard of your money thermostat as well. So you're in a certain limit. If you imagine you're in a room and it gets a little bit too hot, the thermostat will kick in and the air conditioner will bring the temperature back down, and vice versa. It gets a bit cold, the thermostat kicks in to put the heating on to bring you back into that nice, comfortable 20 degrees C or whatever is your thermostat ideal. Now, your self-worth thermostat is very, very similar. And I always mark this page because it's a really, really great visual. And I'll even put this in the chat as well. So this can often happen in our business. So this is our self-worth zone. And this is where we're quite happy and we're doing the things that we believe we're worthy of achieving. If we start to get a little bit too successful, more successful than we expect, maybe we've hit a promotion, maybe our team's growing, maybe everything is going really, really, really well. You're manifesting that success. You're doing your DMO. You're putting yourself out there. And all of a sudden, it starts really, really coming together. And you're like, yes, it's happening. Finally, it's happening. And then all of a sudden, you start to get the wobbles. And you start to get a little bit scared. Oh, my goodness. Am I a good enough leader? Can I look after all of these clients? Can I grow this team? Am I this? Am I that? You start to get into what he calls the red zone. And this is where you can start to self-sabotage. Now, that can look different for different people, but procrastination, slowing down your activity, not doing the reach outs, whatever it might be, if you go into that red zone, it's going to pull you back into your self-worth zone again. And this is why we have to keep lifting that lid of self-worth to be able to raise ourselves up in our business, in our lives. That you can relate this to business, relationships, jobs, anything and everything, which is why it's such a good book, because it impacts every aspect of life. And when you start to see this and understand this, and every time I fall into this, I go back to this book again. Every time I start to feel stuck in my business and I'm not moving forward, I go back to this book, because I know that my self-worth has taken a hit and I need to move it forward and push forward and raise that level up again. And this is how you keep moving up. This is the book that got me to Area Manager first time around, and I've read it repeatedly. And it's just absolutely amazing. So, if you've been in the business a year or more, or even before that, because you can just, anybody in the world should be reading this book, because self-worth underpins everything. But yeah, brilliant book. And that's my
Purified, freed from desire. Mind and senses purified,
Thank you
freed
very
from
much, Emma. That is a book I haven't personally got, so I will be putting that one on the list to get. And I know it's one you've always. Me and Danny are sat here so excited, like what book they're going to pick, what book they're going to pick. And we're like, you were going on, we're like, come on, tell us, because it's just really exciting to see what gets other people going and what really motivates you. I've been doing some stuff on affirmations with Krista, and it's a similar thing. When we were listening to each other saying our own affirmations, we got probably more excited by each other's than what we were by our own. And I'm like, I'm going to listen to yours as well as mine every day, because that's just really exciting. So yeah, it's great that we're all sharing. So thank you very much, and well done, Emma. We're now going over to the one and only Fiona Forestell. I do need to check that she's finished her breakfast. Was it nice? And Fiona,
thank you, Tracy.
was like, quick, give her a bit longer. She's still eating. Fiona's going to tell us how we are going to 10x our business. So whatever your big goal is to finish this year, Fiona's going to tell us how we're all going to achieve it. So we've got to listen, get the book that she tells us to, and do what she says, and we're all going to be there wherever we want to be by the end of this year.
Just love you to bits, Area Manager Tracy Cropper. Just quickly, how have I got? I thought I had 3 minutes, but those two have gone on much longer than 3.
Fiona, we would never stop you in your tracks. I think it was between 3 and 5.
Okay, well, awesome, Emma and Gabby. By the way, you guys, I don't know if you realize this, but I absolutely love myself. I am a 4-wide executive national vice president. I'm a millionaire. I am superwoman. I am powerful. I am strong. I am incredible. And I am your leader. So how do you speak to yourself? How you do one thing is how you do everything. Self-talk. Correct, Emily. Yeah, you've got to know, you've got to feel, only you can empower yourself. Only you can give yourself permission to be at the top of your game, okay? And you are the one that will change lives, okay? But it starts with you, okay? So it's about faith it till you make it, not fake it till you make it. So I'm talking about books. Okay, books. Now, let me just say, I didn't read a personal development book for 5 years when I joined Arbonne. I didn't know I had to. And boy, oh boy, I had to retrain the brain, okay? The bug in the brain, right? Or even like Gabby's book as well, that self-talk. So it was not easy. This stuff is not taught at school, okay? It was like walking in treacle. It was like, oh my God, this gives me a sore head. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Visualization, manifestation, like bleh. Like it was just weird, okay? But you know, leaders are readers and readers are leaders. And everybody said about reading these personal development books. And I was not where I wanted to be in my business. I was a district manager for 2 years, 2 months. And then I was an area manager for 3 years, 3 months. And I picked up a book because I'd been knocking the door. Like, I was a team of one, you know that, for a while. So I didn't really have any support or, you know, mentoring or anything. It was like I was knocking at the door of the gods, and they were like, for God's sake, give this girl a book, like, go away, you know. And there was this book called, you know, You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. And 6 weeks later, I was driving my white Mercedes. I was so hungry. Like, I needed something. Like, I was working so hard, but my mindset was still as that level of I wasn't yet a regional vice president. I was working so hard as an area manager for those 3 years, but I hadn't conditioned myself to be a regional vice president. I wasn't in that level of vibration, okay? So that book suddenly exponential 10x'd me, because it was like, like I became the book. I was like, I'll do whatever the book says I have to do, because I want to do whatever it takes to become a regional vice president. So that was a game changer, but that was a hard book. But I'm going to say the first book will have to be, when it comes to the mindset, is the classic Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And the book You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor is a spin-off, basically, from that amazing book that he read every day for like freaking 56 years before he died. Okay? Every single day he would look at this book and read a part. And he would maybe read that part of that book every single day for 2 years if he had to ingest, digest, to become it. Okay? So when I come out with all these euphemisms and sayings, it's not me, it's the books. I've just learnt the books off by heart. And I've become the book, which means I can be anything I want to be. I don't live in a human fear basis. I live in a human inspirational, exponential basis, right? Okay, so that was that. Now, and then I was like, oh, it worked, right? So then I started a book club, and we are now on our 19th book called The Source, which is The Secrets of the Universe, which we're reading right now, which I know Danny's all over and has action vision boards all over our house and is pumped up and jam. Pump up the jam, bump it up while your feet are stomping. This is Danny Wells. Yeah, come on, Tracy. Like, it's just like the two-way show. Okay, then what I realized, don't get me wrong, I hated the thought of going back to books after leaving school, because it didn't come naturally to me, right? I had to learn everything off by heart, pat fashion. I had Latin A-level, French A-level, English A-level, freaking biology, because I learned, mathematics, all this stuff. And the thought of going back to books after school was like, I don't want to do that. Like, ugh. But when I realized what this meant for my life, I was like, well, now I'm going to do it, and I'm going to stay with it, and whatever it takes, because I'm worthy of it. And so I started, these books got easier, or did I probably got better? I probably got more equipped. And so now this book club is, it's like, that was since 2020 November, and it's now become 160 plus people. I have 4 national vice presidents. Donna Wise is one of them. We read her book, So You Said Yes, and she joined our book club. So the book club is there for you. I never had that. You have it if you want it. How badly do you want it? Because honestly, for things to change, you have to change, and your mind has to grow like beautiful flowers in nature. So then let me just quickly wrap up. Okay, so then what I decided, I did things like you have to. So another book to help you in the industry is going to be this book. If you haven't read this book, you have to read this book, okay? Now, when you read, guys, you're making notes, okay? You're highlighting, yeah? You're writing in your book. Yeah, you're doing things, okay? Not spilling red wine up there. You're writing in your book. I know Prosecco doesn't stain, Gabby. Okay, you're highlighting, you're scribing, you're journaling, systems, you game on. You're like, even if it reminds me of people, I'll go, oh, that's a Jade Brimfield there. Or I'll do little like quotations, or I'll star things, and I repeat and I repeat. There are 2 things Socrates says. Who posed with a book again, Zoe? So Socrates says 2 things, guys. He was the most wealthiest man in the world. How rich do you want to be? Because you can be as rich as you choose, okay? He said, the art of learning is remembering, and the key to learning is repetition, all right? So what I did I got a beautiful book, and I do this gold embedded, a beautiful pen. Can you see all these? And everything that I saw in that book, that was an aha moment. I literally would be like, oh my God. And I would write it. I'd take it from the book into my special book. That's going to become a legacy for my kids when I die. Yeah. So everything that I love and that I was like, oh my God, that's just turned me so on. That's what I did. So yeah, there we go. That's me, I think. Danny, I think I've gone over like, but so did the other two, so I don't care. Sorry.
That's amazing, Fiona. Thank you so much. And I love the fact that, you know, you asked to cover one book, we got three for the price of one, which is also amazing. And of course, the book club got another shout out. It's already had a shout out tonight, Fiona. You know, come on. It's becoming a standard thing at these events. Anyone who think it's winning you awards?
I know, right? Spirit of one.
So we're going to do a little bit of recognition. We're going to recognise everybody in the team last month in August that did their customer acquisition bonus part 1. So huge well done to everybody here. Give them a well done in the chat, please.
If your name isn't on this, there is another slide as well with names on.
2 slides, 1 second. Okay, huge well done, everybody. So now we actually had the wonderful Tracy Singleton, who was going to come on and share her why, but due to unfortunate circumstances, she's not able to come on. However, she did record a video. So what we're going to do at the end of this call, we're going to share her video. Please do give it a watch. It's only about 3 minutes long. Watch it at the end of this call, and please let Tracy know that you saw it, because I know she was so nervous about actually coming on as well. Not that that's the reason why she's not here. She has actually had a situation happen, but she was really nervous. It was her first time talking. So she's done so well recording this video. So we will share it at the end, and please do give us some love and let her know what your thoughts are. So we're going to move on past that to top qualifying volume. Do you want to do this? Oh, isn't it? There we go.
I didn't know if the music was going to stop then or not.
Yeah,
I mean,
go.
we're even sat here together and not managing to make this click. So yeah, top qualifying volume. So these are the slides that you know you're doing the right thing within your business if you're on these slides. And if you're not on these slides, these are the ones you want to be on. When I'm not on these in a month, I get a bit inside. So of course we have the amazing Lisa Woodcock at 6,970 DQV. So these are her personal clients that have put this through. So that is absolutely amazing. Closely followed by Jade Brumfield, who's got 6,680. Then we've got Danny Wells with 5,735. We've got Nikki Marchant with 4,042. Then we've got Carol Sutton Houghton with 3,576. And then we've got in 6th place, we've got Krista, then myself, Fiona, then Justin and Kelly. So these are personal client sales. So for everyone that's just new to the business and you're thinking, I can't even sell a product. This is what you are all capable of doing. We're all capable of these numbers, and it's just about getting out there and talking. That amazing
Right, and we've got top personal sponsoring. So the number 1 position, Nikki Marchant, 30 new people last month. Followed by Jade with 11, Fiona with 6, Carol and Danny with 5, Krista with 4, followed by Zoe, Lisa, Leanne, Dan, Corinne, Zoe, Natasha, Leanne, Justin, Tracy, Laura, Natalie, Claire, Rachel, Becky, Tracy, Shelley, Jessica, Claudia, Sarah, Ali, Imelda, Jamie, Carol, Ali, Imelda, Jamie, Carol, sorry, I've repeated that, Nicola, Katie, Lauren, Catherine, Evelyn, and Natalie Clennett.
So next up, we have got district managers in qualification. So this is your first stepping stone onto growing your business into something absolutely amazing. I think we've got 2 slides on. Have we got 2 slides on
Oh,
this?
let me check.
I've got
Sorry.
a feeling we have. Yeah,
Two.
we have. So if you're not
Oh,
automatically...
one's new and one's existing.
Oh, one's new and one's existing. Sorry, that's me getting mixed up. So our new ones, we've got...
Doing new.
Yeah, we'll do new first.
Okay, there we go.
What could go wrong when you sat next to... So yeah, we've got Joe Davis, who's sponsored by Kerry Wesley.
No, hang on. That existed. Oh, that's existing. Hang on, we're going to go back to existing.
Oh, I've got it in the order it was in there.
So yeah, you're doing existing then,
Sorry, yeah, because I'm reading off my phone, guys.
yeah? Existing, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we got the same slide?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll start again. So we've got Joe Davis, sponsored by Kerry Wesley. We've got Emma Vincent, sponsored by Jade Brimfield. We've got Stephanie Warner, sponsored by Jade Brimfield again. We've got Vicky Wills, sponsored by Marie Wills. Sue Aubrey, sponsored by Lisa Woodcock. We've got Hayley Clay Smith, sponsored by Emma Lee. Becky Ravenhill, sponsored by Danny Wells. And then we've got Jess, is that Jess Silver, sponsored by Christine Alder. So well done, guys.
And then new district managers in qual, we've got Ali Burton, sponsored by Jen Houghton, Zoe Hooper, sponsored by Jade Brimfield, Caroline Gray, sponsored by Kerry Broderick, Rachel Thomas, sponsored by Andrew Davies, Becky Shepherd, sponsored by Kate Shepherd, Claire Webster, sponsored by Ali Hutchinson, Leanne Brunt, sponsored by Danny Wells, Dan Twitchett, sponsored by Lisa Woodcock, Anya Markle Pratt, sponsored by Milena Schkabel.
So when we were talking about things that are happening at the moment, one of these were that you could earn your consultant feedback if you did 1,000 QV in the month you join as an IC. And this month we have an exceptional person that's done this month. So well done to Dan, who's sponsored by Lisa Woodcock, who has earned her feedback for joining this month. So
My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar, and I know I gave it to you months ago.
Right, so next up, we've got our final portion of the training before we do a bit more recognition. So we asked these incredible team leaders, Jade Brimfield, Cara Sutton-Houghton and Lisa Woodcock, to share what they think would be a really good top business tip for September. And we've got one person talking for the new people. So if you're brand new, then we've got somebody else talking for people that have been in the business a little while, and they're kind of like, I'm not really sure what to do next, or I need like a little idea, a little injection of energy. And then we've got somebody sharing about if you want to absolutely put a rocket in your business, 10x your business. So you've got 3 different styles here. So we are going to, I can't remember if we're going to Jade or Carol first. Who can remember? Give me a little shout out. I know it's not Lisa.
I think it's me first, new people.
Right, let me give you a little shout out then, Jade. So first up, we have Jade, who's going to be sharing a business tip for the new people. So listen up and make notes. Hang on, that was poor music. Hang on, wait, here we go.
Okay, let's go. Hello, everybody. I am Jade Brimfield. I'm so pleased to be training tonight. Can't wait to see you all at the weekend. If you're new, please come and say hello to me. So many new faces and names. It's so exciting. So I want to share with you my top tips for starting your business strong in Arbonne this September. If you're new to this business, the very first thing I think that we need to focus on, first of all, is belief. It has to be a belief in the industry. There has to be a belief in Arbonne as a brand and like products. And there also has to be belief in yourself. The guys before that have just spoken about those books, like, please take their advice. This is really where we need to focus. Now, usually when people feel scared to share the business, it's because one of those beliefs just isn't strong enough. But the good news is all of them can be strengthened through personal development, through reading, through listening. The thing is, you don't need to wait until you're confident to start. Confidence actually only comes after we take action, which is really horrible, and we have to get out of our comfort zone, but it will only come after that. What you do need, though, is courage. Courage has to come first, and it's courage that will help build your confidence to continue to grow with this business. So just here's a really practical step. Listen to, what I want you to do is listen to one Discover Arbonne every single day. When you hear the stories of the people from all walks of life, you'll strengthen your belief in the company, you'll strengthen your belief in the industry, and also, got an intruder, and also you'll start to believe what's possible for you, like really what's possible for you with this business. Plus, when you're hearing the presentation over and over again, you're going to start to feel more confident. When people are asking what it is that you're actually doing, you're going to just subconsciously understand exactly what Arbonne is. So find 30 minutes, whether you're on a walk or in the car on your commute to work or whatever it is, 30 minutes at night when your husband gets in, you can go for a walk, whatever it is, but just make like time to do that and make it a non-negotiable to really build that belief in all areas of Arbonne, the industry yourself, and also the brand Arbonne. The second tip that I want to share with you is that you absolutely have to be coachable and accountable. If you're here and you're watching, secondly, if you've got your cameras on, even more so, you're already showing up. You're already showing that you're being coachable, because we know these training calls are gold. It really is so crucial to your growth in the business that you get onto the training every single week. But it's important to lean into the system that's Arbonne, that's already been laid out for us. And it means sometimes getting uncomfortable when we're following a system that's unknown and it's new to us. So remember the phrase, Gabby actually said it, feel the fear and do it anyway. That really is where the growth happens. You don't overthink this. Honestly, your sponsor and your upline know the way forward, and it's their job, that's what we're here for, to support you and show you the way. They love it. So for accountability, we love it, they love it when you're checking in, when you're messaging them, when you're asking questions, when you're like asking what you can do next. Honestly, those kind of messages, you're not bothering people. We love questions. We love people checking back in with us. We don't want to be the ones checking in with you. We love it when you come back, and then we'll match that commitment. So the faster you want to move, the faster that we'll move with you. And that partnership, you and your upline working together, really working towards you growing to a promotion, can be a game changer when you lean in. My third tip is you need to share Arbonne with as many people as you can. Don't prejudge anyone. You honestly never know when someone is looking for a solution, whether it's the business, the products, or both. You don't know if somebody who looks successful on the outside has just had some really bad news, or maybe a bill that like was really like unforeseen. Whatever it is, we can't judge people. And remember, just remember this, you're not just sharing something small here, you're sharing something that could completely change somebody's life. This isn't just some silly little thing, this Arbonne thing. This is a business that can create incredible assets for your future. So honestly, when I first heard about this business and what Arbonne was, I just felt like the heavens had opened and I'd fallen on a gold mine, and I had to share it with people. It was like, why wouldn't people not want to hear about what this possibly could be for them and how it could change their life? So really think about it like this. Your job, and this is your only job, is to just simply share with people and let people know that this gold mine exists. Remove the outcome and just share. That's our job. If we're sharing the Arbonne story, we know we're doing our job. Now, my final tip for you would be, especially in a short time, like if you're short on time and you're just starting out, is I would really recommend trying to build with groups. Every single person that you know in your network, maybe on your list that you may have written out, knows 100 people. You've just got to think of them as a door to like a new land of new people. They know 100 people that you just don't know. So how can you network through their network and get in front of lots of people? Could they host something for you? Could they host an online event for you if you have to stay at home? Could you do something in person? Yes, it may take an evening out or a couple of hours out of your evening, but one evening could allow you to share Arbonne with 10 people instead of just one. So really think about how you can leverage your time if you are, maybe a little bit short for time. I don't like to say time poor because that's an affirmation when we're working on becoming better with our time. And then those people know people, and those people that you meet also know people, and then those people know people. So it feels like you've got this never-ending network list. So I got onto an Eric Worre training last week, and it was amazing. And I want you to, he did this analogy. I want you to imagine, so if you start a new business, I want you to imagine your business is like a funnel, and you've got a container underneath. And we're gonna just, if you just drip tiny, just drops of honey in every now and again, just one little drop every now and again, will that honey actually go into the container? No, it'll hit the side of the funnel, it'll just crust up, and then nothing will actually flow into the container. But if you grab that honey and you're like, and you're going for it, and you're like squeezing it in the funnel, it's gonna like, with urgency and consistency, it's gonna like flow so beautifully. It's gonna go into the container, and that's what momentum needs to look like. Especially in the start of your business, we have to get a plane off the ground. It's going to require a bit of energy because you're starting $1 million business that's going to like change your life forever. So in the early days, I just want to say, go all in, treat this business like you've invested thousands and thousands of pounds, and you're like ready for a return. You need, like, with urgency, like you've got to pay your rent on the building you've just bought for this new business, whatever it is, treat it like that. Plug in daily, be coachable and accountable with your upline. Take courageous action and share Arbonne with urgency and consistency. When you do all of those things, you will create unstoppable momentum and set yourself up for amazing success at the start of your journey. Thank you so much.
Jade, that was absolutely amazing. Hang on, she says. Jade, that was absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not just starting my business, and I was writing notes on that to make sure I got everything down, because I think there's always, even if you're not starting your business, there's always times where you feel a bit stuck. And actually, when you feel stuck, the one thing to do is to go back to the start. So I think everyone on there should have made notes on Jade's training, because it was brilliant. I love the analogy of the honey. I did have this image that your water was going to go all over your desk. I don't know if I was sort of, Barbara was like, oh, go on, because that would be funny. But then I was like, yeah, Jade's got too much to do to be mopping water up. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing. And that was absolutely amazing. We are now moving on to the wonderful Carol. Yeah, I was like, who are we moving on to? The wonderful Carol. It's because all our speakers are wonderful, so it could be any of them, who's going to share some more tips. And I just think everyone, no matter where you are in your business, needs to be writing down. I don't even know what she's going to say, but I know it's going to be amazing. Needs to be writing down these tips to go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yay! Everything what Jade just said, loved it. I think I was sharing on if existing people. It was that, yeah, okay. So existing people. So if you've been, I'm really big. Can I just move myself? I don't want to see myself. I don't know how to. Okay, how do I get myself on the screen? It's too big. Hang on. Oh, that's better. I can see you all. So existing people, you've been running a business a while, and you might be feeling a little bit stuck or a little bit like, oh, what do I do now? Then I've got some top tips. So I've got some notes because I'm a note person. I'm going to stick to my notes. The first thing, exactly what Jay just said, a couple of us went on an Eric Worre call last week. Probably because we were feeling a little bit like this, that we've been running our businesses a while and we just need a bit of oomph. And oh my gosh, like that man, first of all, it was a free call, but you can see why he makes so much money, because he basically gave us this challenge to contact, and it was intense. He was like, right, go into your phone book and say hello to as many people as you can. And he basically said, forget about your business, forget about what you do not talk about your business, you're just going to start a conversation. And it felt quite uncomfortable for all of us, because we were like, we love Arbonne. Most of us are here because we want to make some money, and then most of us are here because we want to share our products because we know that they are incredible. And so it's really natural to want to talk about Arbonne all the time. And he was basically saying, remove what you do and just start making a conversation. So we did this challenge where we were going through the phone book, going through WhatsApp, going through Facebook, and just going, hello. So one of the challenges that you could do is do exactly that. So I went through Facebook Messenger. I actually had a look at who had viewed my stories, and I went into my Messenger and I would say, "Hi Catherine, how are you? How has your summer been?" And I just started, and I did actually ask that question to most people, and so many people replied. And we just started a conversation, and Eric Worre kept saying, it's like tennis, throw the ball back over to their side, throw the ball back over to their side, which are the basics. We all know this, but I think a lot of us have stopped. So just get into conversations. And he basically said, just keep trying to carry on the conversation. So that's my top tip. If you're feeling like, oh my God, I just don't know what to do, just start talking to people, because you will find a reason why they might need Arbonne eventually without saying that you do Arbonne or that you're building a business or whatever it is. So that would be one of my top tips. Secondly, it would be join a group. So I've just been on the most incredible cruise. I've never needed a holiday more than, like, I literally just needed a holiday, and I had a holiday. I ate, I drank, I switched my phone off, I left groups. It was just so wholesome. I feel like a completely new person. And I joined a P&O Ventura, I keep calling it the wrong ship, Facebook group. And I've loved liking and commenting on all the posts, and I'm just in the group building the relationships. So speaking to Lisa Woodcock today, and it's still, I've heard her story so many times. She's like, oh no, Danny found me in a peloton group, and not once did she ever mention Arbonne. So she basically did the Eric Worre thing. Danny was always talking to Lisa Woodcock, always keeping in touch, always throwing the ball back in Lisa Woodcock's net side, however you play tennis, until eventually Lisa said she got so much FOMO watching Danny with the post-it notes in Vegas that she just joined the business like the dream. So what group could you join? You know, have you been anywhere during the summer? It might have been, you've been to Somerset, you've been to Scotland, you've been to Devon, you've been to, there will be a group for whatever holiday you've had. And if not, maybe make a group and then just start conversations and make some friends. We all know about the tracker. So have you got your tracker all ready for September? If you're feeling stuck, you're mega busy. Most of us, and especially all of us that have made this business a success, we did it way busier than most other people. We were all very busy, but one thing we did was we stuck to a tracker. So are you tracking? It doesn't take 2 seconds to have a tracker and stick to it every day, because what it will do is it will make you feel better, which will give you better energy, which will attract better things. Read. So if you're feeling stuck, what are you reading? Fiona's mentioned books, Gabby's mentioned books, Jade's mentioned books. Read something good. And if what you're reading isn't giving you good energy, just shut the book. When I first started, I remember being told to read GoPro, and it was the most boring, dullest book I thought I had ever read in my life. I just didn't find it interesting. And I was like such a slow reader trying to read. And then it wasn't until a couple of months down, I think I heard someone say, oh, well, if you don't like it, just put it down and choose something else. And I was like, oh. So if what you're reading isn't giving you amazing energy, it's not the right book for you right now. I have, at the moment, I'm reading this for the second time, Think and Grow Rich. I remember trying to read this. The writing is so small. I found it so boring, and I put it down. And now I've literally got pages and pages highlighted. I'm like, oh, like everything gold. So it's the right book for me right now. So find a book. Listen to podcasts. I'm obsessed with Amy Griffith. I can't say it, Griffith at the moment. Can't say it. Everything she's saying is like going into my soul. She's got podcasts. Go right to the beginning and start listening to one a day, because again, it's going to really give you good energy that's then going to attract better things into your life. And that's it for me. So I hope that's been helpful. But obviously ask us any questions whenever you want. We're all here to help. I cannot wait to see you at the weekend. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much, Carol. And it's so true what you say. Like you say, open a book. Sometimes I can have 5 different books open, because I'm like, open it, and you're like, oh yeah, can't do that one. Open another. And sometimes it makes me feel really guilty that I've not continued. But like you've just said, that you will continue on that book when that's the time for you to continue. The universe is great at knowing what we need. So really do just trust your instinct, and yeah, connecting with people. I will say about joining groups, make sure you join some quite positive groups. I've recently joined a perimenopause and menopause group, and it can be quite draining because obviously everyone's not feeling great. So yeah, pick wisely to keep your spirits high and keep going. But there's some again, writing notes all the time about different tips we can do. So we're going to go on to our final speaker for the night, who's going to take us through how we're going to 10x our business. And that is the lovely Lisa.
Hello, look at all your gorgeous faces. I'm so excited to see you all at the weekend, and thank you so much for asking me to speak. What a pleasure. So there's so many things that have resonated with me tonight, and one of them is feel the fear and do it anyway, because I'm sat here and my eldest dog, there's one armchair in this house that he's not allowed to sit on, and he knows I'm on a call and he's gone and sat on that chair, so he's felt the fear and he's done it anyway. Another one is books, and don't judge a book by its cover. I've always avoided Rich Dad Poor Dad because I kind of had a preconceived idea about what it was, and I couldn't have been more wrong, and I'm now so into that book, it's unbelievable. But absolutely right, if you don't feel a book at that moment, put it down and come back to it. Okay, so first of all, congratulations. If you're on this call, you are already an entrepreneur. You are here, you have shown up, and that is half of the battle. So good on you. I've got 3 very quick minutes, and I'm going to talk to you about how to 10x your business. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to decide, we're going to play big, and then we're going to get obsessed. So once you've decided that it's time to go, whether that's 1 hour a day or whether it's 3 hours a day, what I want you to do is go and find someone who is at the goal point that you want to reach, okay? So go and find someone who inspires you, someone who is already where you aspire to be, someone that has achieved what you want, and get obsessed, but not in a weird way. We don't want to get obsessed in a weird way. We want to get obsessed in a way of you've done it, you've paved the way, you've walked the walk, you've talked the talk, and now I am going to duplicate. Thank you very much. Okay, so you may think, I'm not the same as that person. I really want to be like them. I don't look like them. My house doesn't look like theirs. My social media isn't like theirs. My background isn't like theirs. I don't have their confidence. That's amazing. That means you've got your own niche, and you need to be leaning into your authentic self. So there are people out there that you resonate with, that resonate with you. You wouldn't have friends otherwise, and they like you for you. So don't try to be somebody else. But what you do want to do is you want to lean into the activity that those people who are where you want to be, what they're doing, and then add your own sparkle. So always remember that you've got influence in your life. So whether you believe it or not, and whether that's 10 people or 10,000 people, you have got influence and people are watching you. So make it a damn good show, whether that's face to face, whether it's on social media. Give them value, not just at the beginning of the month, not just at the end of the month, not just if it's one person, not just if it's 1,000 people. Give them value, give them a damn good show, and make it consistent. Because I'm telling you, every time that you stop doing something, they will notice. Every time that you pull back, they will notice. And every time that you don't show up, they will notice. And every time that happens, they lose that bit of trust, and that relationship you've built up suddenly breaks down, and you've then got to work twice as hard to get back to the point that you were. So show up every single day. So if you want to 10x that business, you need to keep at it, even on the hard days, okay? So when you see someone in this business go for it, they made a decision. And what they did is they declared. So that raised their energy level, their energy shifted. And trust me, they will have felt how you feel on the hard days, how you feel on the days where you think, is it worth it? Am I doing it right? I don't think I can do it. They would have felt that too. They are also doing all the unsexy stuff. They've got to, because they've got to sustain their business and keep on growing. So when you have a goal, when you reach that goal, yes, absolutely celebrate, but make your next goal and you keep running. Don't take that break. Don't stop. Keep that energy moving. Take Wade and Sandy in the USA, for example. If you don't follow them, do just look up Wade and Sandy on Instagram. They wanted to go to Nation. They declared for 8 months in a row, 8 months. They showed up. They declared, we're going Nation, 8 months in a row. They never said they failed. They just said not yet. And they kept going month after month after month. And they went Nation. So raise your vision, raise that energy, get uncomfortable, and not just for the first 10 days of the month. How often do we see, and how often have we all done it ourselves, that we just go for it and then suddenly we stop? And then we've got to start all over again. Stop starting all over again. Just keep on going, because that is where your growth zone is. So decide, make your decision. What's your goal? Play big. What is your goal? Do you want to go from 500 CQV a month to 1500 CQV a month? DM, area manager, MVP, AIT, whatever it is, you decide. That is your vision. That is your goal. Watch those and watch those people that are already doing it and duplicate those steps. Okay, so declare, get vulnerable, show up, be obsessed, and just remember, wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Again,
Pleasure.
amazing training. I'm just going to say, if you feel like you've got a room full of stalkers at the weekend, you asked us to do that. So when you feel we're all being a bit weird and you're like, what are you doing? We just decided we wanted to stalk you and like be on you, but we forgot about the weird bit. I just think since you've walked into this business, you've given everything a shake up and you've made us all feel that we're all so capable. I do feel like I had a bit of a telling off in that as well. I made notes as well, and I was like, oh my God, I feel really guilty now for the times that I do, sort of step back or
It came with a love bomb, I promise.
Yeah, give yourself grace and say it's all right. I'm like, oh no, Lisa's telling me it's not all right. It's not all right. That is absolutely amazing. So thank you to all of our speakers tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I feel I'm on such a high after this training already. We've still got some recognition to do. And I know it's going to, with this and then Saturday, there's going to be absolutely no stopping me for the rest of this year, because I can just feel I'm definitely not sleeping tonight. That's all I know.
Right, let's move on to our last part of the recognition. So huge well done to everybody last month in August that did £500 of sales in new and you. Well done, everybody here. And then next up, we've got block 2, £1,000 of sales. Well done, everybody. And then block 3, £1,500 of sales. Well done, Kelly Bromley and Zoe Hooper, who is our photographer for tonight. And then we've got block 4, £2,000 of sales. We've got Tracy Cropper, Fiona Forrestal and Justin Woodcock. Well done. And then block number 5, well done, the big one, to Lisa Woodcock, Jade Brimfield, Danny Wells, Nikki Marchant, Carol Sutton-Houghton and Krista Phillip.
So we've got top 10 Central District volume QV. So these are the people that have got the top 10 people within our nation that have got the highest volume of going through their districts. So in first place, we've got the lovely Danny Wells at 12,821 QV going through her Central District.
Yep.
So I just repeat it. And then we've got in second place, we've got Jade Brimfield with 11,796. Then we've got Lisa Woodcock with 11,687. Then we've got Carol Sutton-Houghton with 6,946. Then we've got Fiona Forrestal with 5,563.
Yeah.
My glasses changed. Then in sixth place, so they're our top 5. Then in sixth place, we've got Nikki Marchant, Caroline Stalker, Krista Phillips, Emma Lee, and then myself, Tracy Cropper. It won't surprise people. I think that's our leadership team.
Yes, I think it is, yeah.
I think that is our leadership team on there.
Okay, so next up, we've got Central District sponsoring. So in first position, we've got Jade Brimfield with 16 newbies. Amazing, Jade! Followed by Danny Wells District, Nikki Marchant District, Lisa Woodcock District, Fiona Forestell District, Carol Sutton Houghton District, Krista Phillips District, Tracy Cropper District, and then we've got Claire Slaney, Justin Woodcock, Natasha Rowan, Leanne Farrington Dealey, and then Imelda Chen, Catherine Scully, Sonia Wright, Natalie Clennell, Jamie Wheeler, Laura Leggett, Chelly, Christine Older, Rachel Bishop, and Gabby Young.
So this is the big one, guys. This is where we all want to be aiming. It's where we're getting extra money in our paychecks, and the people on here are just amazing. This is your Central District acquisition bonus. So you've got 5,000 QV going through your business. You've had 5 new sign-ups of 150 QV, and you're getting an extra £150. So we've got Danny Wells, Lisa Woodcock, Carol Sutton Houghton, Fiona Forestell, Nikki Marchant, and Jane Brimfield.
Okay, and almost penultimate slide. Also, a big shout out to Becky Shepherd, who's also taking photos and sharing them in the WhatsApp as well. So this is our start of the month. So in the Forestell region, we have Becky Shepherd herself as the Forestell Star of the Month. Now, I'm going to read all these names out. We don't have time for you to hear from your area manager or your VP as to why you are the Star of the Month, but they will record a video and get that shared this week. So well done, Becky. In the Wells region, we have Laura Williams. In Brimfield region, we have Zoe Hooper. In the Sutton Houghton region, we have Gabby Young. In the Houghton region, we have Kelly Bromley. In the Stalker region, we have Caroline Gray and Rachel Thomas. In the Marchant region, we have Hannah Molyneux. In the Woodcock region, we have Danny Twitchett. In the Young region, we've got Carol Sutton Houghton. In the Phillips region, we've got Sandy Gallan Frey Ame. In the Lee region, we've got Lisa Woodcock. And in Cropper region, we've got Krista Phillips. Well done, you stars of the month.
Nothing more than we need.
So it is time for us to wrap up. We have run a little bit over, but I'm sure no one minds. We just want to say a special thank you to everyone that's helped us here tonight. I've really enjoyed my first time hosting, so thank you for bearing with me. So we want to say thank you to Zoe, who's been our photographer, and Becky as well. I think we had Jen and Caroline who were making sure that we've got the right people in the right places on the screens. And then obviously we've got all of our speakers, and we've got Lisa and Jade who created these slides that we're watching today, modernised them all for us, put hours of blood, sweat and tears into it. So thank you so much. And then we have our amazing PA, Lisa, for putting this all together, putting all the names on it, and making sure we actually had something that made sense to share with you tonight. So thank you guys. Without you all, we could not do this.
My ladies, wind to the left, sway to the right, drop it down low and take it back high. Bitch.
Right, 2 more slides and then we are done. So I'm going to talk about Leadership Academy. We have Jade and Carol in charge of our next Leadership Academy, which is on Saturday, the 5th of October. So we're not going to have an awards and recognition ceremony like tonight, because all of the recognition is going to be done at the Leadership Academy. So make sure you've got your ticket, you've got childcare sorted if you need it, pet care sorted if you need it, travel arrangements sorted. If you want to stay overnight, there's plenty of hotels nearby. It's in Northampton. It's near where head office is used to be, because head office is moving, but it's near there, and it's going to be an incredible day. If you have not yet got your ticket, what the heck are you waiting for? If you've got your ticket, let us know in the chat. It's an absolute steal for a day full of training. It's going to be insane. And again, I repeat, there's no awards and recognition ceremony next month, because the recognition is going to be done at Leadership Academy. So the last slide, over to my wonderful co-host, who I think has done a fantastic job, and it was her idea for the trainings tonight, and it's been Tracy's idea for the Top of the Pops music and different things. So I just want to say a massive well done to Tracy for her first time hosting. Do you want to take the last slide?
Thank you very much. And yeah, Danny did put me on the spot, because to start with, I was like, oh, I don't know what I want to put in it. And she's like, well, I thought new blood. But no, thank you all for joining us tonight and for watching. And like we've said, I think throughout the day, if you can get in person to any of the events that are happening, and the leadership is only £10, so do get there. And the next one that's on Zoom is going to be November, and it's going to be Caroline Stalker and Carol Sutton Houghton, who's going to be hosting for us, and that will be in September. So
November.
Yeah. I just have a fantastic September. But have a fantastic September. And I'll see you all on Saturday. Cannot wait.
Bye.
You're a real life fantasy. You're a real life fantasy. But you're moving so carefully. Let's start living dangerously.